What's up, comic book community? My name is Joe, and you're watching 360 Comics. Despite hosting Back Deck Comic Fest at my house on Sunday, I couldn't resist the call of the flea market. I decided to get up extra early and get there as soon as dealers were setting up, so I had a chance to go hunting a little bit before the event at my house, and I'm sure glad that I did because I found some really great stuff. Stay tuned. If you want to support the channel and be entered in our weekly giveaway, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, like this video, and leave a comment on it. You can check out our other videos from this week for additional entries as well. The prize is the Incredible Hulk number 418, the first appearance of Talos, who will be returning to the MCU in Secret Invasion. Please go follow us on Instagram as well and turn that bell on for notifications so that you know when more videos are coming. My hunting time this weekend was definitely limited, but I still was able to make it to 2 different flea markets and buy stuff from 3 different vendors. We're going to save the best stuff for last, so let's dive in to the dollar bin haul that I got from the first vendor. This first group of books is from a guy who I check in with every Sunday when I go to the flea market. Basically, he's got a bunch of long boxes of dollar bin books, and he got some new inventory this week, so I ended up picking up quite a bit, starting off with some Bronze Age Captain America, issue number 199, issue number 212, 220, 221, and 235. None of these are keys, but, you know, Bronze Age Captain America for just $1 a piece, I will always take that. Then we got Captain America number 1, the Sam Wilson Captain America run. Not really a key book, but it is the number 1 and first solo Captain America featuring Sam Wilson. And we got some Captain Marvel as well. This one, late Silver, early Bronze Age, issue number 16. This is the debut of his red and blue suit. You can see him on the cover here in that original green suit, but I guess somewhere along the line in this story, he gets his new suit. Then we've also got a filler issue here, Captain Marvel number 60. This might have been like one of the last issues of this, I believe. Then we've got Miss Marvel issue number 7. Again, not a key, but a pretty cool MODOK cover there. Next up, we're going on to some more Bronze Age books. This time we've got The Mighty Thor. This is the first appearance of Krista, and it's got a great cover here for sure, featuring Odin. We got Incredible Hulk number 222. Skipping way ahead to the modern age, Incredible Hulk number 393. And this has an homage cover to the Incredible Hulk number 1 and its foil, all that 90s goodness there. Going back, we've got some Bronze Age books. We've got the Invincible Iron Man number 60, shortly after the appearance of Thanos, but not a key. We've got the Avengers number 169. Number 202, 204, 205. These are not keys, but still solid 25 to 50 cent Avengers books. And then we've got number 263. This one I think is a kind of an undervalued book from the 80s. This is the return of Jean Grey. They find her in the cocoon, as you can see on the front cover. And it led to the start of the X Factor. We got Avengers number 264. This is the first appearance of the second iteration of Yellow Jacket. Next, we got some Daredevil. Definitely a character I like. And I have to see if I have these in my PC already. This is Daredevil number 127. I don't think I have this one, so I'll probably keep it. And number 144. I think I do have that one already. Skipping ahead to post Frank Miller run, we've got 192, 204, 205, and then some X-Men. Actually, quite a bit of X-Men stuff. Issue number 162, part of the Claremont run, and a solo Wolverine story. Wolverine's definitely going to be talked about a lot in the next coming weeks, given the announcement that we got about Deadpool number 3. Uncanny X-Men number 219. This is where Havoc joins the X-Men. And number 281, This is the new team of X-Men after the departure of Chris Claremont from writing duties after a 16-year run on the title. Then we've got X-Men #1 from Volume 2. This great Jim Lee cover. Logan, Path of the Warlord. This is a nice, thick, square-bound one-shot. Speaking of Wolverine, we've got issue #3 of his solo run. Issue #4, which has a couple of first appearances. Issue #5. Issue #6, which I think this is also a key. I think it has a Todd McFarlane pinup of Wolverine. It was the first time he drew Wolverine. This amazing John Byrne cover. Definitely one of the best books in this lot. Definitely a classic cover there. And Wolverine 27, one of the only books that's a better one in that run. This is classic Jim Lee cover, and it was used on the X-Men video game for Nintendo. Skipping ahead to Wolverine #50. Did I say X-Men? I think I was saying X-Men for a little bit there. But Wolverine #50, die-cut cover, milestone issue. #57, I think this issue is a little bit undervalued. You can find it in dollar bins pretty often. It's The Death of Mariko. Wolverine #100, foil cover, milestone issue. Definitely a great find for just $1. Then we got some Sabretooth. This is a book I've talked about quite a bit. Sabretooth #1, die-cut cover for solo, all that stuff. The New Mutants #6. There's probably like a minor first appearance in here. I'm not really sure. And #12, just some early New Mutant stuff from the late Bronze, early Copper Age. I got Punisher War Journal #6, another one of the better books that I found in this lot. This is the first meeting of Punisher and Wolverine. Definitely a phenomenal cover there. And we got some Bronze Age Fantastic Four, 174, 179, 189, and they're not keys, but still Bronze Age FF. Web of Spider-Man #125, and this one's pretty interesting. This is the first appearance of Phil Ulrich, not a huge key or anything like that, but normally the direct edition of this book has a big foil thing right there. I forget what's in it, like Green Goblin might be in it or something. But this is the newsstand version. It does not have that, and it's quite a bit more rare. In fact, the other one I usually sell for like $5. This one, going rate is about $15. So a pretty good pickup there. And then we got Spider-Man, the Free Comic Book Day from, I think this was 2020, might have been 2019, but either way, this was meant to be the first appearance of Virus, but some printing delays and a delay in the Free Comic Book Day book made it not so, but chronologically it still is. Conan the Barbarian 188, one of the 25th anniversary border covers. A lot of people like to collect that whole set, so I always try to pick them up when I find them. Then we're going back all the way to the Silver Age for this next one. We got Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos #49. Not really my type of book. Not really into like the war stories and stuff like that. But, you know, just a great Silver Age grab. Probably have that one up for sale. And speaking of Nick Fury, we got Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #9. It's a nice little 18-run issue from the Silver and early Bronze Age. Easy to collect, and there's some great Steranko covers in there. Then we got Man-Thing #10 from the first run, and Man-Thing #11 from Volume 2, and this is the last issue. This book is one of those sneaky 9.8s. 9.8 of this book sells for like $300 or $400, but, you know, raw copies like this only are like $10 or so. It's pretty interesting that there's such a big jump for that 9.8. Maybe it's kind of hard to find. Then we got Where Monsters Dwell #2, a late Silver Age horror monster anthology book. Really cool stuff if you're into that kind of thing. Then we got Doctor Strange #32. Pretty great cover there. Not a key, but still pretty cool Bronze Age book. We got Savage Submariner #72. This is the last issue of Submariner, and it also features a kind of a hidden DC crossover. Basically, the writer wrote a character into the Aquaman book from this time period. I believe it was Aquaman 56. And also this Submariner number 72. It's the same creature, the same character in both stories. Kind of a little interesting crossover that was, I guess, unintended by the publishers. And we got, speaking of Submariner, supervillain team up number 2, Doctor Doom and Submariner. We know one of these characters is coming to the screen, and it is likely that the other one is as well. Moving on, we got some Defenders next. Number 81, Bronze Age book, not a key. Warlock Chronicles, number 1, foil cover. This character is obviously coming soon. I was pretty surprised to find this in this. This is the Eternals number 7, and it's the 1 in 10 design variant by Rivik. Really cool looking, but Eternal stuff has been pretty calm recently as far as prices go. Now this one's pretty nice. Not only is this Clandestine number 1, and they showed up in the MCU, but it's also a newsstand from the early 90s, so a little bit tougher to find that. Invaders number 9, and I believe this is the issue. It's not listed on Key Collector, but I think this is where Union Jack dies, the original Union Jack, later to be replaced by, I believe, his son. Then we got Batman. I really shouldn't have grabbed this. It's in terrible condition, but I wasn't sure if I had it for my personal collection yet, so whatever. It was just $1. Actually, less than $1 because I did bundle these together. We got Batman Bat Family number 7. Not a key, but a pretty cool Bronze Age book. Batman the Cult number 4. Definitely a phenomenal Jim Starlin read there. Highly recommend it. And going back to the Silver Age, we got Jimmy Olsen number 90. Really goofy cover where Superman's getting his head punched off. A little bit of marker on the cover, but whatever. For $1, easy pickup. Then we got Supergirl number 1. This is the Daring Adventures of Supergirl, the rebooted run from the 1980s. This is pretty cool. Superman number 75, Death of Superman. And a look at that, it's a newsstand. Definitely much harder to find from this 1993 era than the direct edition, which is a pretty plentiful book. And then we got Superman, skipping way ahead to number 200 from the early 2000s. Just a milestone issue. Pretty cool. And we got some Action Comics as well. Issue number 991. It's a lenticular cover. Not sure how well that's going to, show on camera, but he's breaking some kryptonite chains. And then the big milestone issue number 1000. Pretty cool. Believe this was, I think this was the first comic book ever to naturally reach issue number 1000. I might be wrong about that, but I think that's the case. Sorry, I should say superhero book, because 4-color greatly surpassed that a long time ago. Justice League of America, number 153. Bronze Age, not really a key or anything. And Justice League number 1 from New 52 with that Jim Lee cover. Flash number 210. It might have been late silver even. It's a nice thick book, so it was 25 cents. Not sure what year it is. And then we got Flash Rebirth number 1. Green Lantern number 1 from 1990, and I've never found this in a newsstand before, but this is a really nice high-grade copy. And Green Lantern number 81, The Death of Hal Jordan. We got another Silver Age book up in here, The Atom number 25. Not a key, but still, always going to grab Silver Age for $1, especially, a superhero character like that. Challengers of the Unknown, number 76, late Silver Age. Doom Patrol number 1 from the 1987 reboot, something like that. This one's just for the PC. I'm trying to collect the entire original run of Saga. It's 54 issues. This is number 38. I have most of them, but I didn't think I had this one because I didn't recognize the cover. Speaking of covers, this was totally just a cover by Vampirella Strikes number 7. this David Mack cover. Anytime I see a David Mack cover, I'm probably going to pick it up. He might be my favorite cover artist ever, maybe. Certainly my favorite modern cover artist. This one was, I kind of took a wild guess on this one. This is Doctor Who, The Adventures with the Third Doctor, #1. I don't know much about Doctor Who, but I figured it's a really popular property, and it's a photo cover featuring the actors that are, in the television show. And I noticed that it spans a lot of different, generations with this. It seems like some of these pictures are significantly older. So I thought that was a pretty cool book. Then we got Tarzan of the Apes. This is issue number 201 from 1971. Kind of an older, late Silver Age Tarzan book from Gold Key. And this one, even older than that, from 1957. This was the oldest book in this lot. Looney Tunes number 183. Oh, I was kidding. This is not the oldest book in the lot. This last one is. Forgot about this. Red Rider Comics number 122 from 1953. Solidly golden age book here with this awesome painted cover. I'm not too into Westerns, but this is definitely a great book to find for just $1. And if you'll notice, were 80-some books in here. I ended up getting it all for just $75. So a good little bundle price on all of that. And I'll definitely be going back and hunting more with this guy later on. At my second flea market of the day, I ran into a vendor who I have a little bit of a history with, basically all the way back in April when flea markets were first starting up for the year. This guy told me he had an old box of comics that he was looking to get rid of. He just needed to find them. Well, every time that I saw him at a flea market, I'd ask, and he'd say, no, haven't found it yet. Finally, after months and months and months, in September, he finds the box and he brings it. Unfortunately, it was a lot of really, really rough books. Definitely had not been stored properly. And it was a lot of filler and stuff that I didn't really want anyway. He wanted $40 for the box, and I politely said, I really can't do that. There are a couple books that I want, though, so let me just pull those out and I'll make you an offer. One of those books was Eternals number 6. And there was also Eternals number 5 and Eternals number 4. Now, a lot of these books have some minor significance to them. Obviously, they were very expensive prior to the movie coming out. The movie was not very well received, so the prices have come down tremendously, not only because of the disappointment of the movie, but also because of the market as a whole coming down. I still think they have a little bit of value, but nothing compared to what we saw prior to the movie's release, and they probably will never be there again, at least in the near future. This next one, though, is actually a pretty solid buy, in my opinion, Eternals number 3. And this is because it is the first appearance of Cersei, who not only is still around in the MCU, but she's also a love interest of Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, who I think will be a very pivotal character, so she will likely be there in a supporting role for the foreseeable future. That being said, it was just these 4 books. I pulled them out. He said he wanted $2 a book. I said, hey, I waited around. Let me give you $5 for the 4 of them. And he said that was fine. So I paid $5 for these 4 Eternals books. Definitely some good value there, especially with this first appearance of Cersei. Now, on to the last dealer of the day. This guy had a bunch of bronze and even silver age stuff. He always has some nice dollar bins. In fact, I got a first appearance of Impulse from him a few weeks ago for just $1. But this older stuff, he kind of wanted a little bit more on it. He was asking $3 to $5, but I bundled it together and got it for just over $3 a book. I think it was 22 books for $70. So, $3.18, $3.20 a book, somewhere in there. Anyway, this is Donald Duck, album. This is a 4-color book, issue number 995 from 4-color, and it's from the year 1959. So we're talking early Silver Age stuff. One other 4-color book was in this lot. This is, Goofy and His Golf Cart. This is issue number 1201 of 4-color, and surprisingly, both these books are in great shape for being from 1959 and 1961. They're solid mid-grade books, not any like tears or rips or any chipping or anything like that. Then there was some other Disney-related stuff. Donald Duck number 73 from 1960. little breakfast cover there. And Uncle Scrooge number 32 from 1961. Again, really surprised about the condition of these books. There's a little bit of a spine roll on them, but like there's not rips, there's not, tears out of the cover, and there's not a lot of spine ticks either. This next one from 1959, Looney Tunes number 216. And this one's got some spine ticks and stuff on it, but still, for a 1950s book, all day. Daffy Duck number 23 from 1960. And Daffy Duck number 24 from 1961. The last of the cartoon books before we get into the superhero stuff, the better stuff, Dennis the Menace number 38 from 1959. So all this stuff, early Silver Age stuff, late 50s, early 60s, and some great characters that people really do like and collect. So paying, $3 or so a piece on those, I should be able to do very well on them. Then we got Captain Marvel number 3 from all the way back in the Silver Age, late 1960s. This all green cover really matches well with his suit. I really like that. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 6. A phenomenal Steranko cover, and I might keep this one for myself and get it signed by Steranko because he's going to be at Super Jersey Comic Expo. I'm a vendor there. That's November 5th, by the way, in New Jersey, Holmdel, New Jersey, I believe. Mark that on your calendar if you're in the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware area. It's going to be a great show once again, and Steranko is going to be there, so that's awesome. Then we got issue number 10 as well of that same run. Not a Steranko cover on that one, but still pretty cool. Some more Nick Fury. This one going all the way back to the Howling Commandos run. And this is issue number 37. Again, like I said earlier in the video, not super into war books or anything like that, but definitely a good pickup for the price that I paid for it. This one was interesting. This is the Mexican version of a Thor book, and I was not able to figure out which one it was. I haven't done too much research. I know that there was a Bronze Age run of Thor that had Doctor Doom in it, and he's on the cover of this one. So I'm going to ask some of my Thor enthusiast friends to tell me if they can name what issue this is. This definitely wasn't a cover, at least that I can remember, of that Thor run. So it might be, they might have used interior art or just different art. So if you know what this is, let me know down below. It's, again, the Mexican printing of that book. Then we get into some Strange Tales, and there was some pretty nice stuff here. This is issue number 55, all the way back from the early 1960s. This is when Doctor Strange and Nick Fury shared the title. And this is issue number 63, and I believe this one is actually a key, if I remember correctly. This is the first appearance of Clay Quartermain, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And there were 2 copies of it. One is worse condition than the other, but nonetheless, a Silver Age key for $3. I was very happy with that. Then this one you saw in the beginning, one of the bigger books of the day. First appearance of Gamora. Was very, very happy to be able to bundle this in together and get this book. And he knew what the value of this one was, but he was like, yeah, I'm just going to bundle these all together and give you a good price. So very happy about that. I certainly will be a return customer of his, like I have been. And this is issue number 182. Nothing really key about this, but again, just threw it in. It's got a great Loki cover. A couple more. These are the Doctor Strange books. This one's issue number 172, late 1960s here. And this one's got a Dormammu cover. Pretty solid book right there. This next one, number 175, is the first cover appearance of Clea. That is definitely a key significance to look out for because she's coming to the MCU as foreshadowed or really just kind of teasered in the end of Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, where she does show up. This next one, definitely one of the best covers in this run. Probably, this might actually be the most expensive book, even more than the Clea cover and the first the first Gamora, just because of how classic this Jean Cologne and Ditko cover is. Featuring Eternity, it's got that space thing going on with the all-white background. phenomenal. It even has a photo cover, like the characters are drawn over a photo of New York. Really, really awesome cover from the Silver Age. And last but not least, the very last book, Doctor Strange number 183. This was the last book of that original Doctor Strange run before they kind of rebooted it at number 1 in the late 60s. And this is in beautiful shape. Like, I think it's like a 7.5, maybe an 8.0 for a 15-cent book from way back when. That is phenomenal. And being the last issue of the run, usually a little bit scarcer. So, this might end up being one that I get graded depending on kind of where it lies as far as, graded prices versus raw prices. Anyway, that is it. Like I said, I paid $70 for all the stuff I just showed you. I paid $5 for those Eternal books and the Dollar Bin stuff. Remember, I bundled that all together for $75. So I spent $150. I have to think the total value of this stuff is probably around $600 or so dollars. So I'm looking at a quadruple up on my money. Definitely worth the time. Definitely worth the lack of sleep that I got waking up so early. And I still made it back to set up in time for Back Deck Comic Fest, which, by the way, was such a success. I had such a great time, and there will be another one. I am looking at the second weekend of November. I've been talking about that. That is likely when it's going to be, weather permitted. If it's cold in November, I'm just going to wait till spring. But hopefully it stays kind of in the 50s or so. People can wear a hoodie and jeans and be comfortable. I don't want anyone to have to like bundle up to come over to it though. So look out for more information on that. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you know when more videos are coming out. Like and comment on this video. And tonight, I am doing a claim sale on Instagram with James from Mint Hunter Comics. That is tonight, Wednesday, September 28th. And I will also be doing a sale by myself on Friday. Of course, you can bundle your claims from both sales together for, to save on shipping. And I'll send out invoices probably on Saturday morning for both claim sales. So anyway, I hope to see you there. And until next time, turn the page. Wash your hands.